Straight up gems.
It's a hard rock life. Work it out, yeah, yeah. Work it out like a gem. GEMS. Growing emotionally, yeah. Mentally, spiritually.
I'm Felicia Dunn.
I'm Marianne Reyes.
And this is the Straight Up Gems podcast. So sis, how was your day today?
It was boom, 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 podcast.
Boom, boom, pot. So that means it was like back to back to back to back stuff, right?
Yes.
Back to back stuff. Yeah, so super busy day.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how was yours?
It was good. You know, I was filming an episodic series, and so it was fun because I play like this ghetto girl, like super ghetto fabulous. And so the fun thing about acting, you get to tap in to different characters. That's probably like part of yourself that you probably just don't actually go into, but you wish you could. And that's like one of them, being like the extreme ghetto girl. So it was fun. I had fun today. Fun. And I got to see some friends I hadn't seen in a while that live out that way. So it was really cool.
I haven't seen them in years.
I know. Shout out to Pete and Star.
Hey.
And so, yeah, now I'm here with you guys. Yeah, so what's today's topic?
Today I was about to sing. But I'm not going to do that to y'all.
What?
I was about to sing that song,
Pressure. Are you in it? Give them a little one, too.
It's not going to happen. Yeah, we're talking about pressure.
The pressures of life.
Because I've been feeling it. And we literally came up with, hey, how you been feeling this week? And I said, pressure.
Pressure. So let's talk about it. So how does, like, pressure show up in your life? Like, or how is it showing up for you, like, right now? That's making it like this hard rock in life for you?
I don't know what it literally feels like me trying to, you know, when you're trying to, like, you have a goal and you see it and you're running towards it and it's like you feel like you're on track, but like things just like, I don't know, distract you or and you get pushback. But this week, that pushback has been feeling like a real, like, grabbing my shoulders and like
pushing you down.
I'm like, oh my God, okay, all right.
Is it more so because you feel like things aren't going the way that you planned them to? Or?
And you know we're planners.
Yes, yes. So
I like to plan, and if it don't go according to plan, it feels terrible.
Yeah. So how do you come back from it? So if it's something, because we are natural planners as Capricorn, so we don't know if that's, you know, anybody else's ministry, but planning is something that's really, really big. And so when things don't go according to your plan, like, how did you initially respond, or how are you trying to respond differently now?
Initially, I was thinking, oh, it's cool. You know, it can still go to plan. Like, oh, okay, if I just work 24 hours tomorrow, then yeah, I can still make it. I can still make the deadline. If I, you know what I mean, just pick up the work, here and there, I can still make the deadline. But the moment it shifts to, it literally cannot calculate, and it calculates to impossible. That's when I freak out. I'm like, okay, I really can't figure this one out. There's not enough hours in the day.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work
at all.
at all. And I literally have to say, I cannot. And I hate saying I cannot. I cannot make that deadline. I cannot do this right now. I can't.
Is it something that you know already? Like, you know, and you just kind of psych yourself out? Because sometimes we can, like, psych ourselves out into thinking that we can do everything. But in reality, at the beginning, before the ask, you already knew that you couldn't. But you just said yes. No. Because you have this, like, I can do it all.
I think what it is, and this is going to sound like really whatever I'm going to say anyway. Y'all don't judge me. But I be feeling like, it's not even me. Like, I be doing my part.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now I feel like I'm blaming it on other people.
Got it.
But at the end of the day, it falls on me.
Got
like,
it.
I made that deadline. I have this responsibility. Yeah. X, Y, and Z. And this is why people micromanage, which I don't like to do.
Yeah.
I'm really being cautious of that because I used to do that and have trust issues. I'm being cautious of that. I do delegate things now, but when things happen like this, I'm like, See, that's why I never wanted to delegate stuff in the first place.
Okay, so it sounds like you're talking about having the pressure when it comes to like teamwork or working with teams.
Yes.
So for a person out there that's working with a group of people, it doesn't even have to be in a work environment, but you have to, be a part of a team. How do you handle when the hard rock is the feeling of pressure or things not going according to plan? How do you turn that pressure into a gym when you're working with groups of people? Like, how can you help somebody that is on that same type of path when it comes to working in groups?
So I'll be honest, a lot of times what I do because I feel like I'm just saving time and it'll be quicker, I literally just swoop in and end up just doing the work for them, which is not good.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what I need to do
is give them what you need to do, guys.
Yeah, if I do that because it's really small, I have to come back around and make sure so that moving forward, X, Y, and Z will get done. First of all, when planning to begin with, you have to allot time for things like that to happen.
To go wrong.
Yes.
Plan for when things don't go according to plan.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't do that. So that's my fault. Right. And again, this is why I felt bad, like seeming like I'm pointing fingers, because at the end of the day, that's my fault.
Right.
I set that deadline. I said that it could happen, and it can't.
Yeah. Okay. Because sometimes it could be more so if you are like the leader or head of the group that would you agree that sometimes you might set goals or set deadlines based on what you could do, but you aren't thinking in terms of what the group can do together?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So, with that said, everyone has strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah.
Helping people in the weakness zone, sometimes I am a little bit impatient, but I got myself together and I did go and I was very patient. I was teaching folks some basic stuff.
The basics.
The super basics. And I was just real patient. Go back. Right. Do that again. Nope. Look at my screen.
So do you feel like it's more so on a training aspect? Like for somebody who's trying to work with a team that's feeling that same pressure of not being able to complete what they set out to complete. So if you have to take it step by step, if you're dropping gems now, what would you tell that person to be able to maneuver through a situation where people are lacking?
I would say, if that to a person in my shoes,
yes,
right?
Yes.
I'd say at the end of the day, just like what I was trying to say earlier, don't blame things or point fingers.
Okay.
That pressure that's coming, yes, it is because you are taking that full responsibility. If you are leading a team, whoever is over you is not looking at your team. It's the end result that it has your name on it. So
right.
So really think about that, and also think about your team, and it's not just a bunch of yous. You have to really think of what are their strengths and what are their weaknesses, and really tap into their strengths and really help them with their weaknesses and your own too. Right. I ain't perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Understanding where you fall short.
Yeah, exactly. And and I was telling this to the team too, don't take your weakness for a total loss. Even if that means setting 30 minutes, an hour out of your whole week to Google something for free on a course that you have no idea about. If it helps you, hey.
So take the initiative.
Yes, there's so much free knowledge and information online. Hey, just do it. Learn it if it helps you, know, in the long run. And so I'm starting to do that for myself too, and my team too. And so taking that responsibility, but not in a pressure way. Kind of like an opportunity.
That's good.
Hey, I get to make this deadline.
Right.
It's just a matter of doing it correctly.
To get to the end.
Making the deadline accurate, and that's just learning your team so that you know what they can do at what time, and yourself too. If it's a new project, hey, I didn't know that this takes this much time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's good.
So again, it's an opportunity. It's an opportunity to sit in a place where you actually can make the deadline. You actually can, call the shots. You just have to be more accurate and be more considerate of yourself and everyone that is on the team, right?
That's good.
So it's not so much pressure. It is still an opportunity. The responsibility of it all is still more so an opportunity.
That's good. That's what's up.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I'm still on that boat. So as I say that, I'm speaking to myself.
Yes, aren't we all? These are lessons for us all, right?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I would say for myself, when it comes to like pressure, it's not so much pressure that I get from other people. It's more so pressure that I put on myself. Yeah. So like for people who have like the applied pressure that you put on yourself, it's more so for me assuming that someone has an expectation without even verbally hearing it. You know what I mean? So if it's for an individual, like my parents never pressured me. Never. It was like me assuming that I need to do X, Y, and Z because I want to make my parents proud. Or those people who are people pleasers. It's more so like the pressures that you put on yourself to be perfect sometimes. It's not to say that you don't know that you're flawed. It's like, yeah, you are very aware that you're flawed, that you are not perfect. But it's, for me, it was taking on the assumption that this is what people are expecting of me. Like, why would I fall short of this? Because I put a lot of like wanting to operate in excellence on myself. That it's like I just think everybody thinks like that, and you know, and that was like one thing for me to be able to get out of. Like a hard rock for me would be that I'm assuming that everyone else operates like I operate.
Exactly.
And that becomes a problem because it's like everybody doesn't think like you. And if they don't think like you can't get mad about it. You can't get upset about it. It's like, no, you put the pressure on yourself because you assume that this person needed you to do it, you know, in this particular way, but because you think differently about it, you're like, no, it's supposed to go like this, and then it just added all this extraness to the situation that it could have been so simple. Yeah, like it just could have been so much simpler if you just took the route that someone else was giving you instead of adding all the extra pressure because you want to do it a particular way. If that makes sense. I'm definitely have grown in that area for sure. Just having more grace with myself, having grace if it's something like you said, if it's something that I don't know, I am like the quick Google.
Right.
Like, me and Siri, I'm like, Siri, look this up. Like
Siri,
for sure.
Alexa, Echo.
All the things. All the AI, okay?
Hey, guys, help me out here.
Yeah, so I'm always like looking up stuff and learning too that everything is not going to always get done. And being okay with it. Like being okay with relinquishing pressure that you could be placing on yourself by understanding and coming to the conclusion or the awareness that some stuff just not gonna get done. Yeah. And that's okay. Because like sometimes as women we add all this extraness to our life that nobody even delegated to us. Nobody said you had to be Superwoman. Nobody said that you needed to do all the things. But we're like, in our mind, we're like, but I can.
Right.
And I will. Because I'm a shero. It's like, sit down. And then you're like, but I'm so tired and I'm so beat and I'm so worn out and I have all this pressure because I have my job, I have my husband, I have my kids, I have the cat, the dog, the pig, and all the things. And it's like, but nobody said you had to do all that. Yeah. You know, so that's why it goes back to me adding the pressure for myself. Because that also stemmed from being a yes person. Like saying yes to everything. Oh, you need me here because I'm a helper. I naturally want everybody to win. I want everybody to be great. And here I am offering myself to everything. And it's like, but why did I do that? Why did I offer myself to this project? Why did I say yes that I can help you plan your baby shower? Like, why did I say that I could do your nails and your hair? Like, why did I say that? Why? And so now you're like, oh my God, it's a deadline. If this is due on Friday, you look at your calendar and you're like, oh my God, I have no time during this week because I done planned all these things and I have all this stuff going on. And now I'm like, I'm mad. And then at the end of the day, like the result of that is just not being the best version of yourself. So I would say like the hard rock of self-pressure is turning it into a gym. It's just being aware of yourself and how you're feeling and asking yourself questions like, yo, did I put this on myself? You know what I mean? Like, what are the real expectations here? If it's in any situation, like asking what are the expectations. You know, sometimes, especially when we get into like work environments, sometimes we don't ask what are the expectations. We have assumptions, and then sometimes that could be, you know, pressure that isn't necessary or needed because you just didn't ask, and so you assume that your boss or your manager or supervisor wanted you to do all this stuff, and in reality they were like, no, you actually could have been done like 4 hours ago. We don't need that until another 2 weeks. You're like, what? I didn't need to do it all in one day. So like a gym, like knowing what the expectations are, understanding that everything is not going to get done, and that is okay.
That is okay.
And that is okay. Let me say it again. That is okay. And then like the self-care at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like just being able to decompress, woosah, whatever that is for you. Like, okay, I want to do something that I enjoy. I want to, you know, get my nails done, get my hair done, or whatever that might be, because those are the things that's going to keep you in the settled peace that you want to be in. You know what I mean? That you're relaxed, because when you're antsy or you feel like, you know, you have all of this pressure on yourself, like you said, it feels like a weight. And you feel like you're like sinking, and then it could just spiral into a whole rabbit hole of, you know, what's the word for it? Like you can start beating yourself up.
Sabotage.
Yes. all of that. And so I really think it's just important to, you know, just check in sometimes. Sometimes the pressure could be like, okay, check in. Like check in, meaning like inside. Check inside of yourself, and asking yourself those questions to just make sure that you're not overdoing it. Yeah, because a lot of times it really be us and ourselves. It's like us and ourselves. Nobody is really doing a lot. Not to say that people don't contribute, because they do, but if we really like sat back and thought about like the things that we put on ourselves, you would find out that you're the you. You're the common denominator here. You know, so, you know, self-care, like checking yourself often is like a really great thing. I would definitely say for sure.
Do you ever feel like when you do tell yourself that, oh, it's fine, you know, I didn't do it on time, it's not perfect, it's not how I envision, and at the end of the day, you know, you tell yourself, but that's okay. Do you ever fall into the comfort of that's okay? I've done that before. Well, and it's scary.
Well, I mean, for me, it's because I've always tried to control my life so much, like always trying to be in control, and just really understanding, like, you know, people of faith. This, for me, it was that understanding that God is in control. Like, it's not me. So when I decided to literally be like, all right, let me fall back in the trying of doing everything and trying to make sure stuff is getting done, it really stressed me out to be like, oh my God, this is just too much. But when I understood that I'm not in control, I really be coasting. Like, seriously. And I think when I say, oh, it just won't get done, I already know that it's not. There is something greater than me that's in control of it all, like the whole plan. I don't feel like me saying that, oh, I just didn't get it done today is a cop-out.
You don't?
I don't.
Okay, good.
It's not a cop-out.
So that's what I'm saying. Like that. It's easy to fall into that mentality.
Right.
If you keep saying, oh, it's fine, and then your excellence level just starts.
But you know you.
Standards
But you know you, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
so it's like,
sure.
if that's you, in a sense of like, you got to know yourself. If you know that you're just saying it and you haven't even put forth the effort, then you know are you being lazy, or you being like, all right, I'm gonna just do it tomorrow, versus some stuff just not gonna get done. I did my absolute best today.
Exactly. Big difference, y'all. I just want to point that out. Big difference.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah.
Another gem that I would turn that pressure into is turning it into motivation. So, you know, when I was explaining it earlier, I was like, oh, well, you know, but there's still 24 hours tomorrow. I can get this. Just like still having that that motivation to work harder, or like, you know, help your team out. Like, hey, you know, guys, we can still do this. You know what I mean? And just, turning that pressure into motivation instead of feeling the actual weight. And going with the weight. Actually, like, using it to get yourself stronger. Because
like you said,
I just saw myself in the gym.
Did you? in the gym.
At least I do it in my mind.
Yeah. But that's
I
that's
need to
good
really
though.
get in the gym.
Right.
But you can imagine it, right? Like really using that pressure to like get stronger, to get motivate yourself, to get up, be more productive, like you know, figure it out, and it's kind of fun. Like, hey, okay, so I have X amount of days. I have these things to get done. I have this whole team.
You get to do strategy.
Yeah, exactly. Like re-strategize, replan. It might not be the original thing. It might not be as excellent. But if you fall into the pressure of defeat, like and just sit in that defeat, you're not gonna get anything done. Right. Like turn that baby around.
Don't be defeated, sis.
Be motivated.
Get up. Yeah, that's good. I love it.
Yep.
For sure. That's all we got for him?
I think so.
That's it, y'all?
That's some good gems.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Just don't allow the pressure to get you.
Yeah.
Like to get you in a place to where you feel like you can't get out of it, like you said. And really, whatever you got to do, you know what I mean? Like speaking life into yourself. Give yourself that life again.
Yeah, these hard rocks that we're talking about, like they can easily turn into a cloud. That cloud that's like hard to, when you're getting out of bed, like it's hard to, you know, go throughout your day. It's just those kind of things that, like a real hard rock, like, I don't know, you know, I feel stuck. You know what I mean? And that's why we're talking about this stuff.
Absolutely. Because it's all necessary.
Yeah, definitely. And everyone feels it in different ways. But once you can turn these hard rocks into gems, you'll notice life is a little bit lighter.
Absolutely. Life is lighter.
It's actually fun.
Life is lighter. I love that. Yeah?
It is. Yeah.
Until next time, guys. That's it.
Mentally, spiritually.
Thank you so much for listening to your two favorite Capricorns. I'm Felicia P.D. Dunn.
And I'm Marianne M.A. Reyes. Be sure to rate, leave a review, and subscribe to our show.
You can connect with us on socials at Straight Up Gems.
Or email us at info@straightupgemspod.com.
Until next time, we love you, sugar.